You know, you talk to people and they want graphics. They want to see stuff, especially kids. So I brought a little presentation, and it's a PowerPoint presentation, and I hope that you guys go ahead and enjoy this. And do this correctly. Okay, here's the agenda I'm going to go through. I'm going to talk about DOB. You'll find out what DOB means. Childhood years, education, attributes, some challenges I've gone through my professional life, personal life. My wife next to me, she might not want to look at this, but it's there. Adversity, work experience, and my military service and civilian life and the Houston airport system. My parents are Puerto Ricans. They're both born in a little city called Canóvanas, Puerto Rico. My mother stayed at home. She was one of these wives that supported her husband, take care of 3 children. My father is and was a professional U.S. infantry soldier. I was born in Gorgas Army Hospital in Panama City, Panama Canal Zone. There it is. That's Gorgas Hospital in Ancon, Panama. It looks exactly like that. I just went to the web and took that, and that picture has not changed much from my birth certificate, right, Mama? Here's my childhood years. I was brought up in many different states, gone from the bottom up, New York State, Manhattan, New Jersey, Fort Dix, Kentucky, where my sister was born, Georgia, 58, 59, Colorado, 62, 65, Alabama, 1970. And some foreign countries, too. Here's Panama. There's a Panama Canal right there. And I was born right there in the middle. And this little island right here is called Puerto Rico. That's where my parents are from. And they're specifically, I'll show you. You know where it says El Yunque? That's where my parents are from, right there where the arrow's at. Education. I attended multiple military-based schools, and military-based schools are very unique because they have kids from all over the United States and the world, and we reconvened. We didn't even know what racism was or, you know, discrimination. We were just, I didn't know that till later on during life that we were kind of sheltered. I went to Jacksonville Junior High School in Alabama. My dad retired in 1970. So I could not finish that high school, so I finished in a private Baptist school in Puerto Rico from 71 to 74. I went to the University of Puerto Rico, got my bachelor's in accounting from 74 to 79. Then in 89, I went to the Command and General Staff College in Fort Leavenworth, graduated in 91, and I just recently graduated from a master's degree, University of Phoenix. And I'm nobody, believe me. There's a whole lot of people that are better than you and me. Attributes. This is what I love to do. I love athletics, baseball, judo, track and field, and still at my age, right, Mama? I still like this stuff. I still like going to baseball games. My specialty was the 1-mile run, and I had just so exciting memories when I was in track and field in high school and got to represent my high school, even though when I went to a bigger competition, I came in 5th place, but it was exciting. I also like geography. That's my favorite. History, math, and Spanish and English, and I guess the military sciences. Now, here's my challenges, because everyone has challenges as they grow up. I'm sure that Dave, Masood, you've had your challenges. But here's my challenges. Number 1, economic difficulties in childhood. My father was just an E5, and E5 is just a sergeant. Sergeants make a little bit, it's almost like in the poverty level. The only difference is that they get free housing and they get food, but it was very difficult, and especially moms staying at home, it was very difficult for them. So economically, we're economically challenged during those years. I was also culturally challenged in the U.S. My parents spoke Spanish at home. They spoke no English at all. So when I went to school, I had difficulties, as you may imagine, just communicating with kids from other cultures. I had a problem here, race integration back in the 1960s and 70s, specifically in the southern states, Georgia, Alabama. I remember once I was in the 9th grade, and I was told, Mr. Mo Rivera, what size are you going to choose? Are you going to choose our side or their side? And I told him, I'm in the tan side, in the middle, Hispanic side. It was just a big ruckus that's going to happen after school, fights, and this was happening back in the late 60s and 70s. Another challenge is having to prove myself constantly. And I think every one of us go through that. It doesn't matter how good you were in sales last year. You were the #1 producer. Your boss wants to be #1 again this year, and he puts pressure on you. And then he wants better numbers than what you had last year. My other challenge was my mother only reached 8th grade education. That was a challenge. When mothers, especially Hispanic mothers, a lot of them need help. And that's what's good about the mentorship program that we have here is that there's a lot of mothers out there. They have to work, and their parent, some of them are single parent, and a lot of they're not really educated, so they really don't know when to tell them, hey, you got to fill up this report for your SAT. They don't know about preparatory for SAT. They really don't know about scholarships that are out there available. They just don't have that education. And I think not only in general, it's for Hispanics, it is for everyone in general. Like you mentioned about this engineer, I'm sure he went to engineering school, right? So he had to know that you needed to take an SAT or the College Board in some Central American countries, and that you had deadlines to meet. And if you didn't meet those deadlines, well, you're out. And this kid's lost a semester because of that. Constant resident relocation. That was an issue with me also. In the military, back then, not now, it seems like every couple of years, my dad would be constantly relocated. And that was an issue with me, to a point that I had a phobia. And that was a challenge. My wife knows about this, but many people don't know this. Till my 35th birthday, I had a phobia. I didn't know where I was certain nights. Now, I didn't drink or anything, but I'd go to sleep, and I'd wake up at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'd be sweating, and I'd have to just get up, look at the window, and find out where I was at. Then my 34th or 35th birthday, we're living in Southwest Houston. It was the last time I had that. So, but it was horrible. It was a phobia. And I'm sure there's height phobias and other different types, but this one's really bad. When you don't know where you're at, it's horrible. I'd rather be in a dark place than not knowing where I'm at. Knowing where I'm at. Next slide. I married this beautiful woman. I have to talk about you, honey. You're one of the best things that happened in my life. Did I get the right year?
You married a young.
She said I didn't get the right year. 79. I should have, but I didn't want to show you this because, then I would give up how about my daughter's ages? Are they all correct?
Yes.
Thank God. We have 2 daughters, Stephanie Marie Rivera and Rebecca Marie. They're the Marie sisters. One's born in 82.